In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Sup guys and girls, Giovanni here, and today I'm going to be talking about which 10 characters from the original iCarly show I want to see appear in Season 2 of the revival, with possible ideas for what the writers can do with them. Now,
before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
because if you're expecting me to put Tebow, Lewbert, Sam, or Gibby on the list, leave the video now. So with that out the way, let's get into the video, baby.
Alright then, on with the show.
So starting off with number 10, it's Phillip Browley and Vance Anderson. I put this on the list for one reason only, and that's because of Shane Top and his popularity with Smosh. Phillip and Vance can be twin brothers, and I think the writers could do wonders with Shane in an episode with these characters.
Hi, I'm Shane Top from one episode of iCarly.
Number 9, Dr. Dresdin. The only thing I hope to see from this character is he's a famous doctor now, but still shady at times. Plus, those pills he gave to Spencer are 100% around the world. They're legal now. Number 8, Wendy and Kathy. Wendy, she deserves more character development that she got. She was a sweetheart. She was a little bit of a bad girl based off her first appearance where she was a goth, and she has a little brother. I always looked up to Wendy. I always saw her as the popular girl in school because she wasn't always around the iCarly gang all the time. And when you did see her not hanging around the iCarly gang, she was with other females. Now, Marianne Springer, from what was shown in IMDb, she hasn't acted in years. So I don't know if Miranda and the iCarly revival crew can get her. If they can't get Wendy, they need to get Kathy. Now, just like Wendy, Kathy is another friend of the iCarly group. But unlike Wendy, who appeared in multiple episodes, Kathy appeared in only one. And it was only for like 35 seconds. The reason why I like Kathy so much is not because of Kathy herself, it's because of the person playing her, Parker McKenna Posey. She's still acting to this very day, so I know it would not be too hard to get her. I could see Kathy and Harper getting along, and not because they're black, but based off their personalities. I see it as opposites attract. Kathy to me gave off the girl next door vibes, while Harper is not, well, that. Kathy and Harper could be the new Carly and Sam. I know Kathy would want to prank Carly and Freddie after what they did to her. On top of that, I want to see Kathy's family as well. You see Damian Wayans, Tasha Campbell, George, Jennifer, Noe. It's basically a goddamn My Wife and Kids reunion. I really got screwed out of that. I really got screwed out of that season 5 finale cliffhanger. I wanted to know what was going to happen with that baby. I need a revival of that show. Number 7, Missy. I have said before, Missy should have been the one to be Carly's roommate when this show was announced, because I think Missy deserves redemption. The episode where Missy returns in would be called I Reunite with Missy Once Again. In the episode, it's revealed Carly hasn't talked to Missy since the cruise, but Missy has tried to talk to Carly since the cruise because she realizes what she did was wrong. Over the years, Carly's father would tell Carly to talk to Missy. Missy's father would tell Carly to talk to Missy, but Carly would tell the both of them what she did was unforgivable. Towards the end of the episode, Carly will say to Missy, I get why you did it now. But what you did to Sam shouldn't have still happened. Carly's best friend list is now number 1, Sam, number 2, Freddie, number 3, Harper, number 4, Missy. The reason Missy is number 4 is because she still has a little bit of that jealousy from Sam and now with Harper. Carly has 98% forgiven Missy. That 2% is why she's number 4. And if it was 100%, she could have beaten Freddie. Number 6, Miss Briggs. I really got screwed out of Miss Briggs returning in I'm Cursed. It should have been her, not Principal Franklin. Because if you see the episode, Principal Franklin was just standing around doing nothing. She should have returned the letters to Carly and Freddie saying Here's your letters, you pieces of shit, and then wrote the hell out. Miss Briggs' relationship with Carly, Sam, and Freddie is similar to Drake and Mrs. Hayford. Now, I don't know how you would bring her back, but it better not be a worthless, pointless cameo. Number 5, Amanda. I know a lot of people would love to see her return, and I have a good episode suggestion. I will call it I Am the True ICarly Fan. And what happens in the episode is I will have Mandy, meaning Nora, Amanda, a tainted sweet duck angel, not knowing personal space, versus Nora, who was the devil kidnapping the iCarly gang. The only problem with this is that Aria Wallace has retired from acting, but I have seen actors come out of retirement to act. I'm looking at you, Thomas, returning as Terry Silver. Can you imagine how Amanda felt when iCarly returned? Number 4, Socko. I know what you're thinking, but Giovanni, this character has never showed up in the show, so how can he be returning? Well, if you were a true fan, you would know he appeared in I Party with Victorious, and all you saw was his hand. 2 family members of his did show up, and that was 2 of his cousins. I will call this episode I Socko, and it's kind of a pun off I Psycho. In the episode, I will reveal that Socko's company is not international. It's not all over the world. It's on almost every street corner. So yeah, both Socko and Spencer are rich. I will also like to see Socko's thoughts on Spencer's pranking days. Number 3, Tasha. Since Noah probably doesn't want to return to iCarly anytime soon, the second best option would be having Emily return as Tasha. Emily is a real life model, so why not use that for Tasha? Tasha and her family, Gibby and his family, all moved to Los Angeles for her modeling career, and Gibby to open his own restaurant, Gibby's. Not only that, Gibby and Tasha are married, and at the wedding, Tasha revealed to everyone what she sees in Gibby. And to this very day, Carly, Sam, Freddie, and Spencer are still shaken up by this.
Why?
I want to be clear that the characters know the reason as to why Tasha likes Gibby, but we, the audience, won't know. Plus, just like in the original series, they are in an open marriage.
Gibby, you have a girlfriend.
We're not exclusive.
Number 2, Shelby Marx and Tori Vega. Now, Jerry Trainer himself said he would like to see either one of these characters show up, but why not both? So, here's my pitch for Shelby. I will call the episode I Help Shelby Marx. The episode is Rocky 3. Leading up to this episode, you will hear all over the radio and all over the internet that Shelby is kicking butt and dominating the competition. She is at the top of her career in the CFC until she is beaten by a new upcoming boxer. With that devastating loss, Shelby decides to quit the CFC. Carly and Freddie are gonna help Shelby get her passion back for the sport and become that badass woman she is. Now, I'm not gonna have Shelby win her first match back because that will be cliche. Instead, it's gonna be a tie with the new upcoming boxer. Also, during the second match with the new upcoming boxer, Tori is gonna be in the stands watching. Speaking of Tori, her episode is called I Rock the World. In the episode, you find out that Tori is a world famous pop star and comes to Seattle to perform her latest hit. Tori, being a huge fan of iCarly, reaches out to Carly and Freddie and see would they like to come to a show. I know people will be happy about this. Tori and Carly are going to be the ones to remember the party and finally confirm I Party with Victorious is canon, even though it already is canon. Lastly, in the episode, I will put the thoughts in people's minds that a Victorious revival could happen. And number 1, Chuck and the rest of the Chambers family. You were partially wrong. What I would do is show Chuck and the rest of the Chambers family in a new light. The episode is called I Didn't Do It. This is going to be a prank mystery story. Millicent, she's going to be helping Spencer find out who's doing this pranking. For the past 2 years, Spencer has gotten pranked a lot, but could never find out who it was. Most of the residents in the Bushrell building are new kids and adults. These aren't the same from 10 years ago. Spencer is thinking about bringing his old pranking days, but realized that could be trouble for everyone. But with the latest prank brings the return of Chuck, returning from the military, and his brother Chip, who leaves one college to move closer to another college near the Bushwell building area. Gia is visiting her parents, who have gotten back together. In the episode, it's revealed why Chip and her mother wasn't in I Take the Heat, and that's because the mother and Earl were divorced at the time, and Chip wanted to live with his mother. Spencer and Millicent find all this convenient, and when they confront Chuck's like, I'm not that same 11-year-old boy who pranked you. The military has changed me for the better, Spencer. Trust me. Spencer, who dated Gia, doesn't want to believe it's her, but can't rule it out. Earl to Spencer and Millicent would say, I don't have the skill to be pranking people. In the end, I will have the episode end on a bummer, like the Victorious episode, where it's revealed that it's just some random 20-year-old girl. However, there's a post-credit scene, and in the hallway, you see the girl interact with Chip and then kiss Chuck. And it's revealed that this girl is the girlfriend of Chuck. The three of them all tell each other they are not done with pranking Spencer. Not from a long shot. So, those are the 10 original iCarly characters I would like to see in season 2. Maybe after season 2, I will come back and do a part 2 of this and do top 10 original characters I want to see in season 3. Bars. But anyways, get your fingers up and say it with me. Bye.